they're trying to coordinate the handoff on the air, and then eventually I bet you the sheriffs on the ground will show up here. But they don't want to lose sight of these two guys until that sheriff unit gets here, gets eyes on them. Well, and at that point, then they'll make a decision what to do.
Well, Tim, one thing that we saw that certainly made our blood boil is we're seeing these two suspects endangering lives of people all over L.A., and then they give high fives to their friends. Any sort of charges involved with the people they're high-fiving, or maybe that vehicle that appeared to drive up right next to them and assist these suspects? I mean, one would have to imagine as authorities come closer to the suspects in the vehicle, the people that are around them are certainly going to have to move out of the area.
Yeah, there's not going to be any charges for the folks standing there. They're not really interfering with law enforcement. They're not getting in the way of the officers that do come in. But if they're just standing there as the policemen come in and move out of the way, then yeah, no, there's no crime for high-fiving your neighborhood friends here if they come to an end.
And Tim,
I'm sure they all know this has been a long playing pursuit. Go ahead.
I have a question in terms of from a law perspective when they're coming into, these guys are just standing here. You don't know who's armed in the neighborhood. You don't know if the suspects are armed. There's traffic around. There are excessive amounts of other residents standing around, so other people are going to be in harm's way if a shootout starts. How do they even begin to approach these suspects?
Well, it depends. The air unit will come overhead, tell them that they're facing eastbound. The guy will come in from the south or from the west, from behind, or they'll just flood the area with units to try to just corral the folks around him, because this is going to stand by. Okay. Anyway, so what they'll do is they'll just start getting units in here and then do this very coordinated, because the street is completely stopped. A lot of folks, I know all the other streets are empty, so I know a lot of folks are just coming down to looky-loo this ending here and see what's going on. But I'm looking out the window. I don't see one black and white within about 4 or 5 blocks that I can tell. But they'll have to approach us very cautiously to take these guys into custody. Now they're going to have to be very careful of the folks around them, because now he's getting back in. We don't know if he's going to take off or not. But they have to be careful of the folks around him, because you don't know who's friendly or foe on this. Just look, he's going to be very polite here and move his car out of the way so folks can drive by.
He uses his blinker now and is moving it out of the way.
Clearing traffic.
Yeah. So and then when the officers come here, they're going to have to be able to take these guys into custody and use, as I always say in law enforcement, force reasonable to effect the arrest, because you're going to have a lot of people here who might want to join in to keep these guys from getting taken into custody, or it may turn out the guy runs out and takes a selfie. This is L.A. This is the new social media. This is, in my book, completely ridiculous.
It's embarrassing
how this has all turned out. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely embarrassing.
Well, one would think if you're encountering chase suspects, you'd probably want to stay clear of that area, because law enforcement is about to swarm on this area, and it's amazing to see these folks are coming up to these chase suspects. What appears to be an elderly person right there taking a selfie with a chase suspect. You're seeing some bizarre behavior.
Well, you know what? In neighborhoods, people would be running away from this, and then there's neighborhoods where people do this. Yeah. It turns into a circus event where there's no sense of responsibility, no sense of, hey, we're doing something wrong, and you get that crowd mentality going, and stuff like this happens. So,
well, that's what I'm nervous about, is getting a crowd mentality.
2 LAPD units, 3 LAPD units. They've got 3 police cars coming in from the east. Chris, to your left, could be coming in from screen left here.
Okay.
These are.
Well, there's the first vehicle.
It'll be interesing to see how fast people disappear.
Suspect has his hands behind his back. So he's
given up. He's given up. Let me get the palm tree out. Yeah, they knew it was coming, and they get the driver there in custody.
And let's see what about the passenger.
Now the rest of them will come up.
Can we look and see what the passenger's doing?
Yeah, right there. And hey, here I am, right here. I'm coming to you now. I got my hands up.
And then the other guy's talking. He's being all.
Yeah, they're.
Well, these guys, as dumb as they've been all day, they're being smart right now.
They're surrendering peacefully and not causing war.
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, they don't want to be silly at this point.
And I want to give credit to our sheriffs and LAPD as well, because in these situations they have to be very calm and very patient. They're being yelled at for nothing. They haven't done anything. They're being, yelled at and probably called names, and they're just upholding the law. And so good for them, being patient and being calm and arresting these guys and getting these dangerous alleged criminals off the street for